week's US CQM Forecast Alert is the key to Biden-stagflation is January retail sales. The impact of the monthly economic indicators updated this week on CQM's economic growth rate was very small because of offsetting each other. CQM has revised its economic growth rate in 2022 Q1 slightly downward on both the expenditure and the income sides. Negative economic growth rate is expected on both sides. As for inflation in 2022 Q1, inflation continued to rise steadily. Bidenflation is certain. The question is whether it falls into stagflation. PCE is the main reason for the minus economic growth rate on the expenditure side. The key to stagflation is how much retail sales will grow in January. This week's CQM forecast a growth rate of only 2.08% for nominal PCE in 2022 Q1 before January retail sales are released. The graph shows the overall retail sales were projected to increase by 0.6% in December, but they fell significantly by 1.9%. The latest ARIMA forecast of the January retail sales is an increase of only 0.12%. As an individual example, take the retail sales of food. Food retail sales fell 0.5% in December after the November values were revised downwards. Subsequent ARIMA forecast a January growth rate of 0.5%. Retail sales must at least outpace the CPI growth rate for the positive growth rate of real consumer spending. Simply, if overall retail sales in January grow by less than 0.65%, stagflation is very likely. Conclusions from this week's CQM Forecast Alert. First, Bidenflation is certain nowadays. Second, Biden-stagflation is more likely when retail sales in January do not grow by more than 0.65%. This slide contains additional information about this week's detailed CQM forecast, the original developer of CQM and CQM theory papers.